Today I'm sharing something that is close to my heart. My boy has a condition called sensory processing disorder, or SPD for short. This is essentially a communication issue between our body's senses and the brain. Normally, our senses like balance and body awareness are sending real-time information to our brain to process that, and that helps us deal with the world. So for example, if you touch a stove that's hot, your immediate instinct will be to remove that hand from that hot surface. Well, with someone with SPD, that communication between the body's senses and the brain is somewhat scrambled. The way that SPD presents itself or impacts the life of a child or a person may vary. It may present itself as an oversensitivity or an undersensitivity to sensory input. That's why continuous monitoring is so important. As a parent to a child with SPD, I'm continually monitoring different events, different moods he's in, the up days, the down days, the great events, the bad events, and I'm trying to look for clues and indications in terms of the factors that are helping him have a good day and the factors that are contributing to him having a bad day. Now, I get a lot of great information from doing this, but it is very tedious to do so. If he has a good play date, then I have to grab a notepad and pen and write down how he was interacting, whether that went well, what were the conditions, was it a new environment, did he have to share, was it a game, or I have to wait to get home and put it into my computer, into my spreadsheet, both of which are suboptimal. That's why I created a new workflow leveraging OpenAI's API and Notion to help streamline this process. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a demo of that workflow, and then I'm going to walk you through the process of setting that up and how I built out the workflow and all the different tools and prompts and code that I use to bring it together. First, let me walk you through at a high level what's happening with this particular workflow. We have an event. That could be a good event, that could be a bad event. So good event is George has a good play date, and so we're gonna want to track that. Bad event might be that he didn't do so good at swim class. So when that happens, we want to take a moment to appreciate what might have led to that, what sensory input was being given to George before the particular event, what time of day was it, what food did he eat for lunch, for breakfast, how did he sleep the night before, all the details, so that we can try to tease out the signal or the factors that are leading to that bad event. And vice versa, when he has a good day, we want to tease out the factors that might be contributing to George, in this instance, having a good event. What we're going to do is we're going to record a voice memo on our phone. We're going to have that memo sent to our AI component of this workflow, and AI is going to do two things. It's going to transcribe the voice memo, and it's also going to generate some text from that voice memo. What are we going to generate? So we're going to be generating a note that you see right here that has an automatically AI generated title, summary, score, tags, and also puts the transcription here in the note as well, so that we can reference that in the future. So that's the overall workflow. Now let me demo for you how it actually works. Okay, here I am with my phone now, and let's just say that the event happened, and let's say that it was a good play date with other kids. So I'm going to hit this button. It's a shortcut that triggers a recording, and I'm going to send that through the workflow, and we're going to see the output at the end of it. So let's do that now. George had a really good play date with his friends Phil and Nancy. They played really, really well. George was very interactive. He had a really fun time at the play date. Previous to the play date, we made sure to talk to George about playing well with his friends and explain to him where he was going to go and what was expected of him. He also had a really good breakfast, had a green smoothie and some eggs, so we feel like his energy was really up, and he also had a really good night's rest the night prior. We put him down early, so we think that all may have contributed to him having a really good play date. So overall, a +2 play date for George, and we're looking forward to having more play dates with Phil and Nancy. Okay, so that's the recording. Now I'm going to upload that to a folder that is waiting for these recordings to happen. I'll get a text message when the transcription is done processing and the note is ready. So here is my text message there, and it says, successful play date with friends. George had a great play date with his friends Phil and Nancy. And there's some more summary that I'll show you in a bit. So now I know that this note has been processed, and it's a nice little update. It's a nice little summary here on my phone. Now let me go over to my note-taking application called Notion, where I track all of these events, and I'll show you the end result that we got from the process. Let's jump into it here to see how good the note is. Alright, so here's the title, successful playdate with friends, good. Here's the summary, George had a great playdate with his friends Phil and Nancy. He was interactive and had a fun time, preparation, good breakfast, and enough rest contributed to the positive experience. That's a pretty good summary. I like that. Here's the score, +2. Here are the different tags, social, play, energy, sleep. Yes, sleep, social, yeah, that's the big one. And here is the transcription of the voice memo. So all of this AI generated, all I inputted was my voice memo. I think that is really cool. This is going to be helpful for me for 3 reasons. Number 1, I won't have to wait to the end of the day to write down all of my notes. Therefore, I'm going to be able to remember more and provide more detail. Number 2 is it's taken away a lot of the more mundane tasks of doing this, which I don't appreciate, like having to put together a summary, having to input the score and generate the tags. I don't want to have to do that. It's great to be able to offload that to AI here and have AI do it and me just review it after the case. And number 3, because it's more accessible, because I'm doing less of the mundane tasks, I'm more likely to do it. So I can see me tracking more events, thereby giving me more data so that I can make better decisions and put in place better strategies to help my boy have a really good day. So all in all, great workflow. I really like this. Now let's talk a little bit about how I'm putting this together. You saw me record the voice memo on my phone. Then I uploaded that to a Google Drive. And then this is where my API automation tool is coming in called PipeDream. PipeDream then has a trigger that is looking at this particular folder, and when any new audio files is added to this folder, it's going to trigger a job in PipeDream. So it sees that file and immediately it starts getting to work. PipeDream is going to grab that audio file, is going to download it into PipeDream, and then it's going to ship it over to OpenAI via an API. So that is going to be sent here for transcriptions. For step number 1 is for OpenAI to transcribe the voice memo from audio to text. Then I have PipeDream take that text and pipe it into OpenAI's chat API to do the analysis, to generate the title, the summary, and the score that you saw in the note. Thereafter, I do some formatting with Python. This is the code-heavy part of this workflow, but essentially I'm taking the content from ChatGPT here, and I'm parsing out the key components that I want so that I can format it nicely in the Notion note that you saw. Then that is going into Notion, and Notion is creating a new note like the one that you saw previously, and it's automatically putting in the title, the score, the tags, things of that nature. And then after a week or a month, then I can go back into Notion and see all of the activities that I tracked and look for patterns like in tags, the positive events, the negative events, but that gets saved into Notion. Then I get a notification from PipeDream saying that my job has been completed. So this is the full view of how this is coming together. A lot of different pieces that have to work, but I gotta say that the big workhorse here is PipeDream, because it's orchestrating all of this, and then also ChatGPT here with OpenAI. You can't do this without this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section below. If you would like me to do a full technical breakout on how I built this in PipeDream and everything that you see here, drop that request in the comment section, and if I get enough people that are interested in this, I'll put together that full out tutorial. It may be half an hour long, but if you're interested in it, I'm happy to walk through all the different components and everything that I'm putting into this pipeline to make this work. I hope you enjoyed that use case. I hope that it's helping you think about how AI is going to help you take care of some of the more mundane tasks. And I hope that you learned a little bit about sensory processing disorder, because previous to my kid getting diagnosed with SPD, I had no idea what it was. I thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time.